Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. How are you, Priyanka? Hey, thank you for coming. I saw your edits, that's really cool. Yes, you are beginner in that chess edits, but you are doing really well. Just I think there is needs some activity um, in your edits. You can add some effects um, from CapCut and so on. That should be really great. Oh, hello, Oki. How are you, bro? I didn't see you in a while. Dark? But why? Ogi, can you see me? If Ogi can, problem is from you, okay? Okay, let's bring the bishop takes. Bishop takes or queen takes. Everything can be. Alright. I think it should be okay. That's because from internet, right? Okay, let's have this D file and even if I don't do something takes. Okay, let's see. Can I protect if I don't bring this pawn and somehow attack on the bishop? Let's see. Or we can even get this straight to a really great pawn and something like F5 and push this. Okay, no problem, don't worry about that. I will have one day. F5? What should I play? Probably knight c6 is the idea. Knight back and knight d5 if pawn to d5, okay? If not, I can even try some g5 f6 here. It with pressure if he takes. I don't know, this pawn is a little bit weak here. Can I take? Somehow pressure here and take. Oh, okay, then that's a fork, but we don't need to worry about that. Or we need. I don't know, probably the knight is in our hands, so. Okay. Riantor, I realized I don't need that queen trades because just if I do, I was down a bunch of pieces. That won't be okay, you know? That's why. Okay, let's click our on this. Riantor, who wants? Okay, knight f6, let's try to play Alien Gambit here. Okay, he's playing mainline, bishop b3. I think he's gonna take. Okay, bishop d3, knight brink, and rook on 5. Oh, very nice, Brilliantor. Knight is coming. If he takes, he will lose the queen. Be sure about that. Okay, that's tricky movement. I will say before 1000 credit players are trapping here. F3, but I would like to bring the knight on f5. Now I can't. Even here it won't be. We can castle and Steve G. This f4 is a really great one. Okay, really great, brilliant. We are scaling really fast. Alright, knight f4 is coming and g6, c6 will be weakness. Let's see what will happen. Okay, still he can take. I'm not saying his bishop is under attack, but because this tricky check from f7, sorry, h7, he will lose the queen. Bishop break. This bishop can protect his dark squares very easily, just I would like to trade even with my knight and that should be all. Okay, that probably should be blunder from her. Alright, plus more than 200 rating isn't just a joke. Okay, bro. Very good, actually. In here, queen d3 and... Okay, let's see. One like. Okay, great. We have really great likes here. I think we can gain 27 and a little bit even more. Okay, bishop b2 and I will push the pawn forward and make some checks here. Just also bringing my pieces in a really great squares because great alien gambit and I'm down a piece. I need to try to bring it back. It's not like me, even only I am losing Elo like this. If he checks, I could go d5 and his rook should be under attack there. That's why I wasn't afraid for that, right? If I take c4, takes d5 check, but I don't think I will do that trades here. Okay, let's see. What should I play? Bishop back and queen here? Okay, let's bring the queen and pressure this e5. He can't go forward and take. Years, but you know, my let's for bishop was very great here. I'm thinking about the rooks here. Yes, and he can't push this pawn. Because maybe he push, I can just double the rooks and pressure e6. Just e5, you know, he can't go e6 and bring the bishop won't be that, but can he? He's down a little bit tempo here. Okay, takes, rook takes, my queen will be loose. Proton chess video. My game? I don't know, can be. I would like, anyway. The raw voice. Okay, brilliant, I did. I think he can take the pawn, but takes. What should I play? Okay, probably bring another rook on d4 to pressure d4 from d1. Okay, let's see, takes. Okay, now I can't. I would like. Okay, why so much is my voice is going to lose? Very bad. Okay, let's pressure here and we will see. I would like to bring this on 7th rank here. b4, a4. Okay, b4 and that should be under attack and the bishop on b2. Let's not hang anything. How can I go forward? What about rook d8? I'm even down on time here. Okay, let's activate our king and see now. How could I blunder that? Okay, that was very bad. Triple fork, you see? Very bad one. Who wants to play? Okay, some simple development. What about d5? d5, e5? Yes, knight vacant c5 will be a great one here. Okay, b7 is important move because e5 now that won't be pinned here. I can trade and c5 bring the. I can't understand why so much is losing. Okay, let's not be nervous, let's be relaxed. Okay, brilliant, you're improving your chat skills, and I can say that um, your calculation is improving very fast. Your rapid is great. All right. Yes, brilliant, you're doing great job. You lost You won a game against me. Yes? Am I remembering nice? I don't know, Ogi. Can be. I'm sacrificing the pawn here. That's the only way to get out from here, but no, c24 should be a little bit hanging pawns. Okay, queen is defending all that. Is this luck or not? Knight b5 pressures b4 and knight c3 pressures the queen and bishop. That should be the idea of queen takes. What is he thinking? I think that should be only move here that he needs to do. Okay, let's see what he will gonna play here. I can attack the bishop, and I could even take the knight. No, his two pieces should be under. That was the idea. Alright, that's not a problem. Alright, why is he doing this? Why is king side is destroyed and pawn takes and b5 is gonna lose? Okay, take b7, but I'm gonna bring the rook on h4 and from h2 probably will be unstoppable mate, yes? Let's see this anyway. The rook h4 is coming, how we can protect? Trying to take his pawns and you know his pawn on b4 is very forward to make a queen, but yes, his pawn structure is very bad on king side. So queen side he can make some advantage, but first he needs to defend this mate. How can he? I didn't realize even he's gonna take this because rook c4 is moved that rook is saying I'm gonna h4 and mate. How can you protect? He needed to calculate only two moves there. Alright, nothing won't work here. Yes, first checkmate calls Zugzwang. Yes, Zugzwang. Okay, here is line. Very cool. Let's play e4. Vienna, yes. He takes knight f3 to not get check from h4. Okay, d4 take and so on. Very aggressive move actually. But let's see, can he play like I'm gonna say f4 is a move that he can play. Let's sacrifice that. Let's sack the knight, bring the queen, and from f7 will be a really huge attack here. Okay, brilliant. Or next one with you. Now we can protect all this. Probably queen f6, and if I take, he will force pawn takes, okay? Sorry, queen trades here. Queen f6, well, he plays, but even g5 because now he c7 is pressured, queen is pressured, and I will say only wait e5, d6, if not d8 to protect c7, right? I take, and here, take the rook. He will take the bishop. Like is free. Yes, absolutely right. Okay, queen f4 and queen c7 is coming, and I will take the bishop from c8. But we need to be sure we are not gonna lose our rook and blunder mate here, right? If I take free bishop, he will take the rook and no, that should be mate. Yes, takes. In here I will take the rook. Okay, f6 won't work. Probably it's gonna play that, or even I think bishop or knight e7 won't be bad actually. I think you need to play that. Alright, he plays. What if I take or... I think I need some activation in this position, just get this pawn chain. Okay, take this queenside pawn, just... Even I can force him, his king to go back and... No, house without puppy, what is that? Once assemble FC. Okay, bro, find me on chess.com and we play. Send me friend request, I will find you and we will play, okay? The text, queen takes, and from c7 will be some checking ideas which I'm trying to do. Now we need to run the queen where that. I think not far from the... Something would be some threats if I bring my queen on that queen side. So we need to be sure we are a little bit even defending this position, okay? What should I play? g2 is going mate. f2 takes. Yes, let's see if he cannot trade or not. Queen takes and from c7 check. I'm trying to do that because I will force his king a little bit, a little bit center. I'm trying some mating ideas and so on. We will see. You can pressure f7 now. What I have a rook against two pieces. In that middle games or end games when all that pieces are active, I think two pieces are better than the rook. But his two pieces aren't doing anything. Mohammed Abbas, hello bro. Okay, but his bishop if he's going activated can be a really huge problem for me. Okay, he did it accidentally. Now queen isn't protecting e6. Sorry, d6. I can just attack, right? Even some trades can be. This bishop is really great here. He can't take. He takes, he will lose the queen. Alright. Really great. How many legs we have? Okay, we can trade the queen here, just the rooks with one queen, or is it mate? Check, king g7, check, take, king, queen e6, I would like to play now, I can. What about knight check, king e8? 6, okay, not bad. Okay, let's do that, and we are taking a pawn, we are up, but we are up. Okay, queen against rook and knight, okay. Not bad, not bad. And we have bunch of pawns. Against these 3 pawns we have how many floors? No, 7. Sorry. Yes. The next sim I gained 24. Okay, let's see. How can I pressure you here? I think that's the right time to push my pawns or not. I think not yet, but what about h3 and don't get back like checkmate somehow in this really huge time pressure. Okay, he tried to trick. I think that could be brilliant because he's sacrificing the knight, Or maybe the best move, we can't say for sure. Okay, let's not worry, we are doubling the pawns. We are pushing the pawn 2 squares. By 2 squares. 1 square we are attacking and he's forcing to go back. So we will have enough time to push one more square. That's why one more two squares, then one square. You know the difference. That's the difference. Here, we are going to defend d8 and push the pawn. King e7. Okay, he takes, I take, and now we can continue this game. 7 likes. Okay, great. We need 20 more likes. That was a position that I could flag the queen and... Oh, I have bunch of pawns here. There's zero chance I would lose that, but he resigned. Okay, who wants to play? Brilliant, or do you want it? There is no challenge yet. Okay, let's play another one. Who wants to play? Write in the chat and we will play, okay? C5 like Sicilian defense. Knight e6 to protect this. What's is pressuring here more and somehow if I have some moves could be there. Takes, pawn takes and d5. I would like to play knight f6, but takes and pawn e5 just he will kick the knight back on g8, which I don't like. For being better at chess, you need to see what is opponent trying to do. And when you are seeing this, you are disturbing him from some moves that he can't play. I'm trying to double this and pressure this diagonal because I'm seeing that's the weakness. So you need to be sure you are not blundering anything and see most attacking moves from opponent. Okay, I'm seeing his queen is doing a great job. I could even try to kick Lil Will. That's about chess. You need to understand that and don't give him so much space that he's occupying. See, I couldn't activate my bishop because g7 he could take. That's why I'm cutting his queen from here. And when you are trying to study, just from some books, and I will recommend to play more classic or rapid games when you can play really not fast, very slowly, and your calculation will be improved. You can use that. And don't forget to analyze your games. Analyze your games, bro. That's super important actually when you are playing some rapid games. Probably 30 minutes games are really great one. You can play 2 or 3 games in a day, but if you analyze that good, you will improve your chess. How much is your elo now? C5 England gambit. Okay, we will try to play that gambit. Okay, home friend request I got. Alright. Queen takes C is trying to bring his rook activity without losing a move. He's forcing me to take, or I'm not forced. Daily, I mean now 2 hours, but there was some games that I played even one game 3 hours or a little bit more. That's not about how much you are playing, that's about how much you analyzing your games. And you need to see ahead before moving. You just okay, he's attacking my bishop, but that's not that. And probably he's attacking the bishop, but if the d8 was unprotected, I would lose the bishop or a4. Sorry, a5, You need to understand what my opponent is trying to do, what's the threat from him. If you understand it, you will improve your chess, okay? Try to not bring opponent's pieces in a really great square. Try to block them. Okay, so I'm keeping my bishop here and blocking his rooks from my diagonal. And I'm pressuring him before and forcing him to defend. No, that's not easy for defend actually. Rook d4, I think one of that moves here. Okay, thank you who liked the stream. He's protecting e4, but now I can bring the bishop out. You know what's the difference? He takes, e4 should be hang. That's the whole one. e4 and you know his bishop and knight should be under attack and he's gonna lose the material if he do that. He's playing clever. Takes, his bishop should be pressured, but even my bishop in that dark square. Okay, that was the idea from him, but probably he missed that idea, he could play that, right? He's trying to protect and take d7. Should I play here? Okay, probably bishop back. I don't like this move so much, but I have another defense with a5, it takes sense. Open the rook file, attack his weak pawns. I think he will take like 99% players in this rating aren't taking, and they are doing great because you know some pawn trades and you're getting two isolated pawns isn't just great. That's can be even blunder. You need to keep pawns with each other. Even here I could play a5, but no, b5 and he would get these two passed pawns. And my pawn on a5 couldn't do anything there. A pawn push, I will be in trouble because g7 will be really great protected. That's why h6 from me. Alright, I think it is okay, everything. Oh. That was very bad. Okay, that's why you need to protect very much squares there. Okay, who wants to play? Who wants to beat me? Amman Matrix. Okay, let's accept. Uzay. Okay, bro, I will play with you. Find me on chess.com, send me friend request, and I will play, okay? Okay, I'm trying b4, you know the idea. I'm sacrificing the pawn knight takes, I can sack the bishop king takes. Knight e5 check, I will take the bishop back. Okay, great idea, right? See if we can fall for that or not. Knight takes, okay, really great one. I saw this before, I will say 10 moves ago, which is great, I think. Taking face and even not to take won't be mistake, you know? But anyway, he can't castle. Even if not now, just in this whole game. I think that's deserved for like. Okay, this bishop is gonna lose here. That's. You know, I played a little bit like while in a gambit and That's why it looks like fine a gambit main trap here. His king is completely destroyed. I not only pawn, but because his rooks are doing nothing and his bishop isn't developed yet, and this f5 is mine. There should be some tricks and wait, d4 bishop takes. Okay, this is gonna lose. Alright, brilliant. We don't need trades here. What about d5? 5 knight back. I think we have great idea if he takes some discover check. I think that's can't be really helpful, but we will try that. Why not? Okay, he's getting out from his pin, and f6 is pressured here very well from him. What you wrote? Okay, what should I play? The straight rooks first. I think if he takes this one should be right. Takes f8. I don't know, rook c1, his knight should be under attack and bishop should be pressured from my queen, and even if he knows move the knight, I can't take, right? Can't take the bishop if he moves back, but because queen g1 will be possible, but rook takes, I will get my king one here. Okay, take and be made king one, not bad. Sounds not bad. What about, okay, even h3 won't forget this time. He's even up the pawn. Okay, we will play. Queen was threatening mate, that's why I couldn't take the knight. Now I can. Okay, I think h3 won't work. Let's play g3 because the bishop is pressuring. That doesn't seem that I'm protecting from the correct checkmate, right? Okay, if I take rook b8 and two pieces should be pressured here, that's why I didn't take. Okay, still he has some pawns on queenside, which can be actually really tricky. I think we need to bring our king closer and don't lose this d2 pawn, because if we trade all these pawns in the board, just that can be draw, because against rook with knight and rook, that's not easy to play, not easy to win. a5 takes. I don't know, am I need that trades or not? I should be with equal pawns, but I don't want to lose this one, which is I think more important. Knight were here to prevent a5. The king is not blundered that. In a time pressure, the knights are hilarious. I think he needs a little bit more calculation because I think his bullet will be much better than this. Yes, in a time pressure, he isn't doing any mistakes. Really cool. A5 pressure. But where should I play? Probably forcing him some Occident pawn pushes can be. Alright, it should be winning. D5 takes, why not? Knight here and take the pawn, right? Okay, 1 minute. But still he isn't resigning. That will be made in 1 from h4, okay? Well, thank you for game. Who wants to play? Alright, let's play. Is there anyone who wants to play or not after this? It's 20-minute match, but we will end this really fast. How you see? Alright, I can take and damage his pawn structure. I think that's great move. He can trade the knight's bishop d2. That's what I'm playing as white pieces when they are playing against this opening. Okay, not mistake because now he has 2 bishops advantage, which I think really cool in that end games. d5, knight d5. I think early queen c7 and pressure this diagonal won't be mistake there. d5, knight d5, my knight will be centralized. Yes, some kick moves like d4, but I don't think that should be problem. I think d6 is move that we need to play as soon as possible because after somehow like bishop a6 and bishop d6 will be crazy bad for me. Because that will be hard to kick the bishop from d6, right? Okay, probably that's what I said. Takes. Okay, still he hasn't any attack on my c5. Okay, what I need to play? Knight back. If he takes, I can't take. Okay, I take and my queen will be loose here. What about f5 and bishop b7? Just pressure g2. f5 because if not f5, just bishop e4 and we will try to trade the bishops. But first I think we need to take this pawn back. I would like to bring another one, but you know bishop b7 and bishop e4, that won't be great. Even bishop b4 can be possible here in this position. Probably he needs Don't know how even could I protect. Where's the bishop? Probably back and f3 won't be bad for him. Because I'm trying to bring really great attack in this position. This diagonal, his king side isn't the best. Queen g5 will come, I think. Rook f7 is protecting everything here. Queen g5, rook f7, and probably double rooks here can be better. Okay, this very great move, which questioning e6, e6 too, but how could I get out from there? From this mate and some other take, rook take. I can't defend it with a bishop. A little bit. Yes, a little bit I can. Я знаю русский меньше, чем английский. I think I'm gonna beat down a pawn, but I don't believe that will be bad. Takes. Queen d4 and some mating threats, okay? Okay, great move. Let's sacrifice the queen, why not? Okay, no rook 8, no something else. Let's sacrifice the queen. Now what's the idea? He takes the queen, I am taking his queen, and that's not a pin. I'm gonna be up a rook here. Okay, GG. That's already GG. I will be up a full rook. Some pawns will gonna lose probably from my position, but okay, we don't need to worry about that. We sacrificed the queen, like I'm just saying. Alright. Who knows Russian? Besides me. Pixie chess, do you know? Okay, that's my first sacrifice, like this very much players that did to me. That sacrifice I learned from them. That's why you need to have some experience. Alright, if he could some queen checks, from e6 and protect his queen and then take my queen, that should be down a queen for me, but you need to be sure he hasn't anything. Even he can sack the queen and would be even up 2 pawns against the rook, but that's all against the rook. Alright, GG, brilliant. Let's play Vienna Gambit, that can be tricky one for him. AD6, already great, didn't take. Very much players would take that just, that was free permanently, But 90% players in this rating think free opponent. I'm gonna take, no problem what I will get from that, but free pawn, oh my god. Alright, let's take on d5 to kick the bishop back. No, no, bishop back takes. This d5 I am not pressuring. I can even take, but d4 is finalis. That's why d5, right? I'm 2000. I reached 2200 and I not gonna see that queen sacrifice, right? Brilliant, or how that can be. Alright, no problem. Should take and take. I don't know. Take the knights. I trade the knights and take the free bishop, okay? Great one. Now let's pressure this c7, a7, a7. Probably some sacrificing ideas can be, Alright. great one from him. Okay, I'm gonna sack the bishop here. I'm going to be aggressive this time. There is nothing then resigning. Yes, I knew that in our last game here. My position isn't that bad when... okay, let's play this queen takes, queen f4 check, king a8. I'm gonna start the queen and take the bishop. And that should be made if he takes. If not, I should be have 2 pawns against for nothing. His bishop is gonna lose if he takes b2. Okay, he's bringing defensive square that. Let's take. You know what was the idea? Queen f4 and bishop takes. Takes and back checkmate would come, otherwise he should down a figure. And not down a figure, but because I sacrificed down 2 pieces. Now where the queen? If c3, we can try to kick the bishop back check. Don't even d5 to help this pawn from going forward. But I can even try to keep my queen here, just at 7th rank. But I think that will be tricky. The diagonal d6 bishop takes. What if I check? Okay, let's do that. Then probably d6, why not? Because this d5 isn't pressured for him. Queen 8 d6 takes. Don't get back checkmate, and you know, after 4-3 moves that d6 was completely defensive for him. But now I'm getting okay, sorry. It doesn't matter king where, but I think from 8 I can't check here, check him. But if I trade... Okay, now he has to take, or if it's not just, I will take that rook and make his made him from backpack. Just let's see. d7 is coming, and who saw that move? Who saw that crazy move? Okay, let's play a rematch with him. Let's see if he wants. Alright, that was crazy move which I missed. I calculated everything, but not that. Very bad. At d5 I'm playing French Sicilian here. I will try to be a little bit aggressive this time. But his defense is, I think, great. And he's seeing that brilliant moves like Mikhail Dal, why not? Okay, don't forget to like this thing. You know I'm not deserved from our last game, but I will be happy if you do that. It's not for 150. Oh, can be. Yes, for sure, set point we can play. Find me on chess.com and send me friend request. We will play after this, okay? Knight back. I can pin this and bring some other pieces, for example, the rook and okay, let's try to pressure. What if we bring the knight and pressure with the pawn? Let's see. Okay. He's trying to bring his bishop that way and pressure my king pawn from g2. Is it need to worry from us or not? Bring the knight takes. Queen will be traded and he can move the knight. That's all problem. Queen b6, knight e5 won't work. Queen where? I think get out from this d5 plus connect the hooks. We already played before. Okay. Next one I will play with you. Knight d4 takes, I will pin. If he not take, I think bishop b2 can be moved, but f4 will be undefended. I can jump there with the queen. No, that's not gonna work here. Let's try to trade the rooks and do our plans here. Here, take h3. He can just lose a pawn here, not a full figure, but oh, lose a pawn from kingside isn't my best choice. I think h3. h3 pawn takes, takes g2 takes. If not, we lose the knight. Like, let's be sure he can't do anything here. He played a really great game before this, but this can't be his best game here. Our bishop is pressured and mate is coming. That's why bishop f8, which is supposed to be only move here. Takes queen h3. So bishop h3 and take the queen here. Example g6 and mate. And how we can get out from here if he doesn't do anything here? Okay, g6, his king can't escape, that's why bishop h3 is so important. f2. Okay, mate. What brilliant horse. What happened? Okay, you thought I'm gonna mistake? No, I'm not doing. Alright. Huh? I know I did that thinker fun. Thank you, Kuzey, for the games. You were great. Your first game, which no, I can't say about second game, but that when you understand, it's really cool. Probably that was blitz game and you were a little bit in a time pressure. Okay, you played really great there. I think we can play next one too. If you wait. Just you're really 500 or not? Is that new count or something else? You played super great when we are comparing your rating and your game. Thanks. Hello, Sina. I think I am remembering your name. Yes, that should be your name, if I'm not mistaken. I am fine, bro. How are you? You are super grandmaster here. Chad, you know he reached 2700. His bullet game. He's just unstoppable. I can take that bishop sacrifice and pawn back. I think I can do that. This h5 should be open, but central pawn is gonna lose for him. So that's 50-50. Can I or not? h6 will be the best, then g6 I believe, because even this I'm defending g5 and he can take anything happens here. Okay, sacrificing the pawn for no reason. He needed to protect with probably bring the knight back and try to bring on kingside. Okay, thank you, Sina. If you want to play, we can. I would like to go f6 and bring the rook queen and attack on its king side, but e6 he will bring really much pressure here. He has white square bishop and the knight. Not double the rooks, that should be crazy pressure on my position, which I would like to keep still construction and try to double on queen side. You know, our queen side is great, why not? All the pieces are working here. We need to just bring the rooks. And okay. Yes, I have really great memory. I said that to you. This pawn is gonna lose here. If not, I think f4 that should be a little bit overextended. I don't like that move. The double rooks are coming, and you know d4 is unprotected from him, and even that's not easy to protect. Okay, see, that's why you need some squares that you are controlling. Okay, I needed 0.1 second to see that he's blundering. Okay, do you think I played well? Yes, bro, your first one you played really great. You know, I lost, and you say two brilliant or one brilliant. That was really great one. Your second game, I don't know, probably you didn't play so much careful, but if you want to play just that Vienna Gambit, you played really great. Just I played against the Vienna Gambit and you handled that really great, which I uh, didn't think you will gonna, but you played great. Your second game, you know, just really blunders you did. If that weren't, I think you could handle and no try to win knight b3, right? Um, Knight b3. I mean c3, but yes, that was the idea. I can't take. I think it's that I can get out from here. 6. He can sack the bishop. Yes, probably is waiting for that. F5 even to cut his bishop from my diagonal. He takes. Alright, we can even sack the queen here. Queen takes check here. Rook f3 sack. I don't know, takes. Rook b1 won't work, f1, rook c1, but not this b2. I think he can bishop g6 checking. Rook takes. Sorry about question. Ishka wants us. Rook takes check, king f8 check, king f7. Ah, you know, let's see. Yeah, I think rook takes. Check f7 and protect d6, so I can't. Even g7 could be possible, that's why f8. Wait. Oh. Um, check years. D6. Okay, wait. F8. Check here. Rook takes. Yes, actually. I took with a queen. Yes, the difference that is forcing to bring my king on f7, which will be made. That's made in 3. Let's see if we can see that or not. Queen h7 years. Check. Rook takes. That's disconnecting very much time. That's made. Yeah, I think queen takes won't work here. What is he thinking? Alright, not the best one. I think queen takes, I would lose the queen. That's why I didn't. Alright, we can resign. I don't know if he saw that move or not, but anyway. Okay, he wants to play. What I did. Yes, Kuzey. Send me challenge. If you send Blitz game, that should be nice. Have another challenge. Okay, let's play this until you will send, okay? Yes, I would survive and even I was out of peace. I think I shouldn't be better. Yes, yeah, I'm almost 1000 in my rapid. Reached 2200, but I'm losing some rating. I'm the one playing. Oh, really, bro? Your rating is really higher than my Blitz. Really great. Alright, let's see what we will get from here. Bishop d3 and castle, okay? No, d3 if we pressure and try to take d4, just check is coming and pressure more. Probably strength take and 94. Okay, that wasn't, it couldn't be bad, just we didn't choose that, which isn't mistake. How can we get out from here? H3, g4 will be a little bit aggressive. What about bishop back? Takes, queen takes. We will take this, okay? If g4, I would have a little bit of square weaknesses, but that's a move that I can play. Oh, wait. Is it missed it? King side is open, but probably that should be some ideas to bring the rook and pressure here more. Alright, you played very well. Thank you for the game. You deserve that win, okay? I found brilliant. Yes, that should be brilliant move. I think I could suck the queen and protect the game, but that wasn't maybe not accurate move that was be okay. If he takes, he's not gonna because his king side is a little bit open and I'm going where I'm going. Queen where? Queen d2 and h6. Bring the rook and I will pressure his position. I don't know. He can do the same thing, but Let's see who will be first in that plans here. Is my voice coming okay or not? If there is some problem about my voice, please say. Right, probably a rook e8. I think I can suck. Suck the queen, king, g7 check. King h6, rook h7, and that should be almost GG. You know h7 is unstoppable. Rook e8 will be blunder. Doesn't mean which one. So check is coming. King h8. What if I bring the rook or and the queen, but rook g8 and all we lose from here? So I'm a little bit afraid. What if I sack the knight? Sack the bishop and mate from h7? Okay, bishop is protected, but no, I would like to bring the knight even from d1. Won't be bad. Well, let's see. g1 here, but he will play g8, rook g8 next move, and for that I need to have some plans. For example, check and take the pawn, for example, on f6, and I wouldn't have him enough tempo to bring the rook on g8, which will be really great, protected, and actually, if not protected, even create some attacking plans in my position. This bishop and queen are doing a great job here. Oh, everything can be. I suck. Yes, Kuzey, you have really great chess understanding, and you need to be a little bit careful. You need to see opponent's threats. See, I'm sacrificing the knight. I'm not taking anything. He's taking, I'm taking, and bishop will be hanged, pawn will be hanged. You need to understand what is your opponent trying to do. You know, that's the idea that should be. You need to disturb from his plans. Thanks. Thank you too, bro. I think that's the only reason you will lose a little bit games, otherwise you should be more high rated. Oh, hello, I see Bear. How are you, bro? Okay, he took a pawn, he afraid to take the knight, see? Okay, take b2, but I'm having really great position here. I can suck. Okay, I thought the knight and then the bishop to sacrifice and take the queen, but I forgot queen can take either. Alright, finally he took. Yes, I see, Bear, thank you for that. I'm sacrificing the knight. Yes, I couldn't take with the queen, but anyway, his queen is pressured queen back. I can sack the bishop, just I like that sacrifices. I don't know why that 90% isn't working, but I like that. Queen e4 check, back, he will lose the bishop. A great idea, and h-file should be open. That's super important because if I bring queen and, for example, on h4, how we can defend? Even rook g8 and some other moves won't work for him. Queen back, and he needs to keep guarded this e4 square or the bishop on f4. Not should be crazy good. I will have that second sacrifice. Yes, I'm in second. Alright. What is this? Okay, that was unstoppable, sorry. f6 is guarding, bishop is guarding, we can't suck. We can even take his knight. Yes, I took that. Which I missed because I'm seeing with all my brain power that kingside. Takes, queen takes, takes. What should I get from here? I should be up a pawn or okay, bishop takes. Check king h8. Oh, second straight, that's should be okay position. Even I think I can be a little bit better here. I think even pawn takes, that should be a little bit aggressive. I'm going to take this pawn. You know that's double and that doesn't need him so much, but still this pawn is protecting. And I think only move that should be queen trades to not get mate here somehow. I think his dark squares are protected, and because that's squares are protected, that's not going easy to for me to mate. But I have this open file, but how can I use that? Just no, still he can protect, and I'm trying to distract his pieces from his king side. Okay, and my position is quite active, a little bit aggressive. Don't know, even I can suck how I say. If he takes a2, I will take. Check king h8. I will, sorry, take the bishop. Rook is coming, and yeah, that seems very much move, and that seems he can protect. But for sure, that's could be hard for him. Okay, let's see what we will get from here. I think that should be working. He doesn't need to take. But if not, what should he place there? The stage 7 is pressured, even pawn push somehow. That seems blunder. Let's see. Sacrifice here, I can't check and take the bishop. If I move the queen, rook trades. Okay, let's calculate. Takes. King g7, right? Rook back, queen check here. You can't check anymore. Okay, why not? Let's sacrifice. I think rook e7. Rook e7, queen takes a2 to protect f7. I don't know, I can get really great inside pawns. I will take these 2 pawns, but I will have anything bet on that queen side, which I don't like too much. Ah, okay, sorry, I have really great one. Queen takes bishop e6. Bishop e6, the move that I will probably win this game. You know why? Because queen takes here, where the queen? Because I'm gonna take this pawn and his bishop should be pressured, I will take the bishop. But what I try to understand in this position before sacrificing, I'm gonna say that's just a trade. I saw that there isn't any checks that he can, for example, reputate this position and some other, or check and take pieces that aren't defended. Okay, he didn't take these pawns, and I'm quite happy for that. I can take 2 pawns from his position, just trading. After this trade, h7 is gonna lose. Okay, Kuzey, next one I will play with you. Okay, I have really great pawns there, but when bishop slash opposite color chess, that's not easy to win. You can be up like how much 3 pawns, but because bishop slash opposite, that's can be not easy to play. I mean, draw can be everywhere. Alright, I can bring the bishop back and defend these pawns from moving forward, and he can break through because some bishop b3 move and how he can play. He needs very much moves to defend all this, but I'm creating threats. I have 2 passed pawns. Let's say that's 2 passed pawns, okay? Let's don't count this double pawn on f2, but anyway, I'm up 2 pawns. My queens are discarded. b3 I will defend very well, and It should be very hard for him to move forward. I mean, he can. Just if we don't count our king and these kingside pawns, our bishop and 2 pawns will hardly defend that. But he needs to bring his king on b4 or c3 and, b3 will be super defended from him, so he can break through that. Now he can't. And another thing that you don't need to miss, that dark squares will be free for him, I am not going move my pawns here because his pawns are defending his this b3, which he can't go forward. No, he has only one passed pawn, which we are cutting from that, moving forward, okay? Okay, c4 isn't the best choice. Yes, that's forcing my bishop back, but b4 check and c4 will be loose. And if not, even b4 c3 and, somehow he can't move that. In whole time he can't. If bishop b3 I can. Okay, let's see. Here c3, bishop b3, and nothing he can do about that. So let's try to push these pawns forward. That should be very, very much easier when that pawns were each other, when that pawns protect each other. No, because pawn pushes and I would kick the bishop and probably move it forward, but no, that can't be possible. So king is defending that squares and another pawn can support, and that's the bad thing. If not, bishop b3 can go a4, bishop c5, a2 takes. Okay, see, I don't need to give him this opportunity to go a4. a4 and b3. No? Okay, let's slowly push and see what we will get from here. Even he can do some waiting moves. Okay, he's doing that. He's moving the bishop because, I say I'm up 2 pawns, but that's not easy to win a position like that when bishops are opposite side. And is he blundered anything or not? That bishop needed to protect this diagonal from these pawns from moving forward. Now he isn't doing. His king can't go closer. h7, king goes. h7, king g7. Okay, now we can. So I think bishop f8 is the problem if he goes there, king h5. What if I sacrifice that pawn? I will have really great position where I would push forward. Okay, my pawn will be on f7. Let's sacrifice that pawn. King g7 only move. I can even just play like 20 moves and make an easy draw here, easy win here because his time is super low if you compare our time. Okay, that's why endgames are so hard. If he takes, I don't know, king f6 or push this pawn. Okay, let's try to calculate. I think the only way should be if he sacrifices the bishop. That's king f6 is a little bit responsible seems than pawn. No, pawn push and bishop f8, pawn push, and how can I bring my king to support this from f8? So king e8 and pawn push. How he can do about that? What should he play? Oh, hello, Forest Nasser. Brilliantor has a course and that's why he left. But I think he will come back. Alright, how is your channel? How much followers you are getting, Nasser? Okay, I am happy to see he can support this f8 from moving not forward. Alright, my king is gonna take these pawns, okay? There is nothing he can play. Well, he lost on time. Great game, really. I was so much pawns there, that's why even one pawn is really super important for you. Okay, bro, you played really great. Thank you for the game. Really great one you played, bro. Nice to meet you. Stay in my channel, we will play when you want, okay? I'll come Kate Halovnest. Where are you from? Your name is so hard for reading. GG, bro. That was almost like your position, you know, but endgame skills, I think. And some middle game, if not, why not? Alright, let's play another one. Fares Nasser, do you want to play? And who wants to play? You can send me challenge, okay? Okay, Najdor Sicilian. Let's trade and centralize our pieces. He's up 80 points. And I am now, okay? Knight is coming, bishop on c4, and let's see. These positions I would like to go f4 on d5, but we need to be sure queen b6 and bring the bishop somehow won't work here. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. Let's be sure everything is okay and continue, okay? Alright. Let's castle, and h3 is great move in this position, just I'm not letting him go g4, and you know, bishop a3 in these positions I would like to play. So very much players are playing knight g4 and pressuring the bishop, which I don't like. Takes, that's opening the rook, but double pawns aren't great positions like that. Alright. Let's take, because if he takes the bishop, I would get isolated pawn, which I don't like. Fares Nasser, are you here? How many likes we get? Or who can say how many likes will remain? Please don't forget for that, that's really important. Bishop b3, his main defender on f6, I mean the knight, isn't here, so I can try to pressure on that king's side to bring the bishop and queen h5. You know, his queen is out and that won't be easy for me, but I can even take this pawn. But what about queen h5? Queen h5, g6. Take g6, queen back and take b2. That can be idea. Okay, he plays that. I think if that b file will be open for me, b7 is protected, I would like to trick him. That didn't happen. He isn't taking, I'm a little bit surprised why, but let's say thank you for that. And bring the rook on the d file, okay? Just b3, and then if I see some pressure on that queen side, probably a4, and my pawn structure, my bishop will be really great defended here. Okay, everything is great. The rook is coming, trades, and get this e file back. So now he's protecting, right? We don't need to let him have his rook on the top end files. Okay, still he's trying to double the rooks, I'm sure. Okay, we need to remove the rook from here, not get him that advantage. Okay, that was the move which I missed. Bad one, okay. Super bad. I forgot about this rook, that's why I probably didn't need to play e3 or not. Anyway, let's go f5, and I'm not losing my hope, like there is 1% hope, why not? Let's see how we're gonna play this endgame here. I think he would like to play a rook back at some mating ideas. Alright, he's forcing queen trade, which is bad. Alright, now the great has moved from Oh, mid-date move that changed everything. Okay, who wants to play? If anyone wants, we challenge. Think no one yet. Alright, let's play new one. We are getting solo rated here, just so bad. Just I reached 2200, but I don't like a player like that, yes? That's my fate, how can I do that? Nightbot come out. Yes, Nightbot, no, I mean, Nightbot didn't come out, just you aren't doing any spams, okay? What is this move? He's playing very aggressive. Okay, this pawns start going forward, that's not every time is working, you know? Here's take the knights, e5 back f4. Let's move that fourth center and even some kingside activation. Very much players trying to do that. Forest Nasser is coming okay, no problems. Please say that about to me. Yeah, forcing his straight and you know my king is safe, but because his king still in the middle, I would like to pressure with the rook and why not? I will bring the queen and two bishops if I can. I would like to do that, you know? Okay, let's see, I'm offering some trades here. Okay, finally he took, takes, knight takes. He can even not to take, just f3, they move that very much players are playing. That's won't be mistake for sure. Okay, knight takes, queen takes. I will get isolated pawn, which isn't great in the endgames, but anyway, my position is, I will say a little bit great because as black just, I should be down a move, you know? White is playing the first one and his king isn't castled yet and I'm going to bring the rooks. I can play more aggressive, like open the c file and pressure this d4. Okay, for example, b2 was pressured, but what about this pawn push? This pawn can be a really good threat for his position, but it's still unclear how. Okay, let's first activate that. Takes, queen takes. I can slowly push this pawn forward, if not just try to make a new queen to open this bishop way here. Won't be bad. If I take the bishop, queen takes, e2 should be loose. That's why probably bishop f3 he played. Alright. Takes, queen takes. What should I play? Alright, let's not hang anything, but how can I? a7 should be pressured, otherwise I would like to bring the rook. It's okay, that's still unclear, how can I? I think a6 first. a6 and, you know, connect the rooks and bring this on c file, or even double the rooks on e file. That so won't be bad. I think he's playing really cool moves, just he's not taking, right? If he takes that, d file should be open. I can slowly push this pawn. That's what is he doing, okay? Takes, queen takes. Queen e7. The queen e7 he will take. He will take and d5 will be loose. If rook takes, I can go queen e7. Queen takes, I can't. Okay, bishop takes, rook d8, try to create that pendant. You know, his bishop should be lost. I think that You know, if rook takes, I could go e7 because, you know, bishop takes, bishop back, and rook should be guarded. But he should get mate from here. He should be careful about that, okay? Okay, now that's pinned. How can he defend? My all pieces are really great defended. He can't attack, for example, with a queen, the bishop, and takes, like trade won't work. Nothing won't work here. Probably rook trades won't be bad. Okay, that's not doing anything. Probably he's thinking takes, rook takes, but let's be sure here is not getting mate from e1. +1 elo. Yes, that should be great. How much followers you have, Brilliantor? How much you can gain and how much your that best video that you can get so much followers, how much favors you have in that video. Really interesting. Okay, blundered that mate, but if he didn't just he should be used for down or rook, you know, that was the problem. Alright, how many likes we have? Okay, another high-rated player. They are going to play French, why not? I think this opening which is really close to yeah, that's why probably I take. Okay, can I get some trades here or not? I think knight takes, bishop c5 takes. Yes, I can take the bishop and I will take a pawn from here. Is it clear for you or not? Bishop takes. I think if I will be a little bit weakness and he didn't need to give this pawn to me because, you know, if I will be weakness for him. Takes the knight, I will take the bishop and try to from f2 check. I don't know, Forest Nasser. Really great question, I would like to know. Let's play a game. Okay, bro. Next one with you, okay? Well, he's blundering his pawn on e5. That's why he needed to play c3 to create this pawn chain and fix that center, which he didn't. So, okay, I'm gonna bring the knight. Or even e7, f5 sounds great, but I don't know. Okay, let's play a move and let's be sure we are not blundering anything. For example, I can't castle or I don't know. Some like that. Probably knight c6 back takes. You know, some pins should be and some other short takers we are up opponent. We can even try to have endgame. In endgame, being up upon that's super important. Okay, Kuzey, next one I will play. Oh, hello, bro. How are you? I am fine. What about you? Thank you. I can just try this fork that I can take and No, if he can kick my queen from that diagonal, which is protecting the bishop, should be up a figure. Now that's not happening. Okay, a6 to prevent e5. Castle is coming, e5 is coming. I think e5, e4 should be best, or not. e5 should be pressured a little bit. Why not take? Okay, everything is defended. Let's castle and push this pawn here to kick some pieces to have really great squares here, and let's see. What about bring the knight on e4? Okay, I think my center is great because, I'm up central opponent. I don't know. Here knight break. But how can this move be helpful for me? Let's think about that. Okay, let's kick the queen. Queen b3, I can't understand this move because, that queenside is blocked. It doesn't need to play queen b3, but I would choose like queen f3 at least. Okay, anyway, I can even pressure c3, which I think is a little bit hanging. He can protect, I mean, but, I will force his all pieces to bring here. It should be crazy good. d4 knight back, of course. What about I take? I take, knight takes. What else? Take, queen takes. Okay, let's do that. Knight takes c6, bishop h2 check, and I will take my figure back here. I think there is not another move that he can play. Alright. We are still up a pawn, right? And the difference, this position is a little bit open here. Please don't forget 2 likes, okay? Why didn't take? Alright, needed to take because he's losing the knight anyway. Okay, I will double the rooks here. Probably he's gonna take right now, but he's losing a temp. Rook c6, rook c8. Okay, 2 knights should be very tricky. Let's try to do that. Don't know. Okay, some rook c8 and take the bishop. Queen is pinned here. Queen is pinned, rook c8 is coming. Takes, he can't take. Even some knight forward, or I don't know. I haven't any threats, but I think I can just bring my pieces in a really great activation and some taking ideas. For example, his bishop is hanged. And if he takes, don't know. He blunders this, but let's be sure he can't attack, for example, with queen some other pieces or check to get out from this pin and take this free rook, I'm gonna say. In that all positions, you need to be sure you are not blundering anything instead of brilliant, okay? Well, f3. I probably needed to bring just queen back because the rook wasn't under attack there. To take the knight from my position, but I didn't want to be some risky movement. We could, try to trick and take the rook from d4, which that was sacrifice, or I'm not sure, but that one was great. Okay, now central is crossed, this pawn is guarded. this isn't pin and f3 is possible. Okay, you know what's the idea to rook b3? Because f3 I could check to get out from that, and king moves, I will bring the knight without pin. Yes, for sure that was the idea there. Okay, now I think I'm gonna be up a pawn here. Let's be sure we are not losing anything. Okay, you know what I am thinking, because trades and rook takes, we not get back checkmate. Probably some rook e7 move. Alright. I can't even know to take, but I can bring another knight or knight back, I don't know. What about f3? Okay, a4 is hang. I could even take e4 then c3, okay, but that shouldn't be any difference. So in my position, everything is guarded very well, at least 2 times. Not this pawn is guarded, all these are protected. So you know that's tricky position because also his pieces are active. We need to be sure we are not blundering. I can't even sack the knight and rook c1 check. Okay, so the knight was guarded. I was trying to just make some blunt. Okay, I took a4 and what should we place? Some mate pawn first. Okay, we need to be sure our knight is guarding e8. Okay, now the queen is doing too, but the knight is important to defend it because, you know, he can't even take the knight for some reason, some backcheck checkmate. So probably if I were right, I would try to kick the knight from here because I don't like to use the move for h6. Okay, what he did. I take, he takes, I take. What's the idea? Checkmate. E8 is defending. I'm not figuring 3%. That should be bad here. Even mate won't work here if b8. Yes, b8 can be possible. Let's bring the rook back. Okay, GG. h6 is coming, and then I will play this pushing moves here. Okay, bro, next one with you. Can I suck the knight? I think I won't get anything here, but probably g5 is the idea. That's opening h5, which can be tricky if his rook were on there, but no, that's not. This is great move. Okay, I'm not taking the rook. Queen c3 is only move that will guard herself. Actually, the rook, but some trades because somehow this rook can be tricky. Our king is really great protected, and we need to keep this here. And you know, even if I have just a queen and a pawn against the queen, that's 90% should be winning. I can't even go d4. Okay, d4 and queen c3 won't work because he couldn't defend the rook, right? But now g3 can be possible. The rook trades, why not? Let's push this and be sure he can't check the push check. I don't know, probably he can try some reputation, which we don't need to let him do that, okay? Okay, let's protect all this. Queen is coming, d3, queen c2, GG. Okay, all this closed. Well, here is that. Okay, GG. Archie, Chase, well, where are you? Okay, bro, I promised you, but are you sending or not? I didn't remember your nickname. Accept that for sure. Alright, who else wants to play? Alright, let's play new one and I will find out. If you are not here, next one, okay. Jose, I will play next one with you, okay? D3, D4 is the idea. Sacrificing a pawn but having really great advantage. I will say his position is getting really great here. Can even trade and open g5. I play after 2 minutes. Okay, bro. Shall we play next match? Yes, bro. Okay. Bishop g5 and queen forward. Why not? His position isn't like super active and the c6 isn't pressured from him so much, so we can trade and make the rook activity. Okay, that's only move he missed. 4 is great move, but to have that center, but he missed this sword, which isn't the best. And even if queen takes, I can take a pawn and score a pin. He can't take it back and he will lose a pawn from here, right? A clever move. Okay. I'm wondering some active games here. You know his bishops are crazy good and his knights will be active if he plays like 2 or 3 moves. So I don't know, probably he can be a little bit even better than me. I'm up exchange, but that's not clear winning or something else for me. So probably we need to trade some bishops and try to bring some. Side, okay? Okay, the bishop is so hilarious. I tried to trade it one time, but now you see that didn't happen. Here, queen a5 will be his only move to not lose the queen. Okay, I will take e5 here. He can't take, that's a pin. So queen c2, queen d1 will be only moves and he will lose the bishop. I mean not lose, we will trade, but I will be happy if we trade that. Even some bishop check can be. Okay, not now, I mean, but anyway. What about this? Can he protect the knight? I think c2 is only move. Okay, see, I'm pressuring his position very well, I think. Queen f6 is coming. F2 check, king h1. I think I will take this. Okay, that's his final mistake. Let's check. King h1 takes. We will sack the queen take. Knight g1 and mate from g1 will be great. See what is he gonna play. Okay, how I say. I'm removing and that will be made. Okay, GG. Jose, I'm waiting for your challenge. And then Harshita Jaswal, next one with you, okay? After I will finish with Jose. That was great game, but you know, F4 is just wondering one move ahead. He didn't see this. Which can't be the best one here. His PC is also active. Alright, let's have my game. Okay, d4 and this pawn is gonna lose anyway. Probably g5 is a move that very much players are playing, but I don't know. We can kick the knight and knight h6 even take. We will see. So queen f3 and my position is very open, just these pawns are great. This bishop is great, I can bring another one, but probably e2, h5. I don't like this move and very much chance that he's gonna lose. You know what, because by a gambit you are trying to work on that white squares, and if he's opening white squares that will come. If it can't move forward, then that's not easy for him to protect these light squares. If I jump with my bishop and queen h5, that's not easy for him to protect. That's the whole reason. I move a knight. I would like to move that and d7, but no, this pawn is disturbing. Okay, sorry now I can't stream. Harshit just, well, you can stay in that that comment. I will play with you after this, okay? Now I'm not streaming, but after this we can play if you want. So goodbye everyone. Now I can stream, sorry for that. We will see tomorrow in same time. Goodbye.